Welcome to the Value Telling Podcast, where we talk to some amazing people about all aspects of their persuasive process and decision winning. We cover up what value telling content really is and why it plays an essential role in winning decisions, like securing that dream job, getting that buy-in from that hard to please client, winning a place on that PSL after a tough tender process, and so much more. At the heart of the podcast is celebrating all the great things people do to understand and deliver a high persuasive performance and what it really means. I'm Matt Trainer, and I'm delighted to spend a few moments with some amazing people. I'm not a guru, but I'm an experienced business leader, and I've worked in, led and advised hundreds of companies and thousands of people over the last 20 years. I've picked up a thing or two along the way. I've seen the good, the bad and the ugly, and I'm ready to share. If you value some thought-provoking culture, insightful science, inspirational snippets on all things decision winning, you're in the right place.
So today's guest has spent a lifetime in a sales role and has spent his career as a business leader. He's currently the director of 2 specialist recruitment businesses with a focus on accountancy and finance. He's full of experience and stories, and it's a pleasure to welcome Mitchell Thompson to the Value Telling Podcast. Mitchell, welcome.
Hello, Matthew. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. You?
Yeah, man, not bad. It's been a while.
It's been a while, yes. Thanks ever so much for joining. So my first question, just to jump straight into it, I know you've been running your own business for about 11, 12 years now.
Yeah.
Where has the time gone? Take us back to that moment where you decided that you need to set out on your own.
I suppose it was 2 of us actually. Our businesses are both is both run by myself and Adam Butler. Me and Adam have known each other since 2004. So we joined a boutique recruitment agency back in 2004, both wet behind the ears graduates. That business was really successful in the Northwest, but we were just setting up a new office in Birmingham, and we were, like I said, wet behind the ears graddies. We were trying recruitment. I mean, he'd made a very conscious decision. I just fluked my way into it, to be honest. But anyway, we met. And this business was just trying to set up a Birmingham branch, so there was nothing there for us really. It was there was a manager who came down twice a week, and we just had to sort of roll with it. But what we liked about that business was it was boutique, it was specialist, it was focused on quality. And over the 8 years we worked together, we did really well, various promotions, lots of success, and that business grew. And the owner eventually got to a point where he sold it, became part of a larger group, and then the people that own that group amalgamated that with another group, and it became a huge recruitment business, FTSE listed business. And it was at that point when it lost its identity as a boutique and a specialist that we decided, right, we don't really believe in this business anymore. We want to shape something in our own image. So yeah, 11 years ago, just in August, we started Mitchell Adam.
Brilliant. What a great story. So tell me a little bit about that kind of moment where and the feelings you had, because it's brave. It's there's a lot of vulnerability setting up a business. So what was that like for you?
It was, I mean, I was doing really well, and so was Adam. We was earning really good money and really well respected, and the counter offers were ridiculous. It was it was an open checkbook at one point, like just name your price. But we just never, even if we took the money, we didn't believe in that. We've been so ingrained in the sort of quality side and being an actual service provider, not just a recruitment machine. We knew we had to do it for ourselves. But yeah, obviously at the time I had a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old. Adam's partner was pregnant with his first child, and that was due 2 days after we were due to open the business. So we had mortgages, obviously. So yeah, we was leaving 2 very comfortable jobs to come and do this, and it was just the back end of the recession as well. So yeah, it was to say it was risky. Probably
Understand.
We rolled them dice hard, to be fair, and just to see where it went.
Well, it's gone really well. So yeah, congratulations to you guys. A risk worth taking. So having spent a lifetime in sales, in recruitment, in a very kind of fast-paced, aggressive industry. Clearly, you've honed some skills as someone who can develop businesses, persuade people. This Value Telling podcast is all about that. So what does a high persuasive performance mean to you?
really tested me with this one, Matt, because I was just sitting there and I read this question. I thought, what does it mean to me? And it's probably put me through a little period of self-examination. And I was thinking, for me, it's that point when you know someone values your opinion and someone trusts you. That's the important bit. So, and in recruitment in particular, you often know better than the person about their career. It sounds really patronising, but you do. I've been assessing people's careers and career pathways in finance for 18 years. And, you know, I know pretty much backhandedly which is the best routes to take, but trying to persuade someone to see my point of view is not the way to go about it. If I'm trying to persuade someone really hard, then I've probably not got their trust, or they don't value my opinion. So I understand the word persuasion for me was the bit I was probably conflicted with, because I feel like if I'm persuading someone, then I'm doing it wrong. Because if I've earned their trust and they value my opinion, I shouldn't have to persuade them. They should be willing to take on board what I'm saying and have a bit of maybe trust, you know, a bit of a leap of faith on me, really, and trust where I might take them. Yeah, don't get me wrong, people have to make their own decisions, and if they want to make a decision they don't agree with my opinion, that's fine, but I at least want them to value it and listen to it. So yeah, it's that trust, and earning the trust of someone, and then respecting that you know what you're talking about is, for me, what that phrase actually means to me.
Right answer. And so, just for our listeners, how would you go about establishing trust with a future candidate?
Yeah, if you look at it from a candidate perspective, anyone's perspective really, I think it's understanding. I think if you're probably early on in any sort of sales role or consultancy type career, they're all very good at talking. And when I first started in this industry, I was very good at talking. I could probably, you know, persuade anyone to do anything, but it didn't really necessarily benefit me or help me. And I think if you're someone that if you're ever in a situation where you're talking in a consultancy job or a sales job and you're talking more than you're listening, I think you've got it backwards. So for me, it was always about trying to unravel the onion a little bit and try and understand the person. Once I understand them, what motivates them, what drives them, what they like, what they dislike, what's important and what's not important, their experiences to date. Once I get that and understand that, that's when I know how to position, you know, why I'm of value. But I think the initial gut reaction is usually just to talk at people and go, yeah, I'll do this and that, which I think is you know, is not the way to go. I think if you understand people, you can then you can sort of position yourself properly.
And how much of that applies to trying to persuade, influence, and inspire a client to build trust and rapport with those? Does that model of listening and being empathetic and really understanding their motivators and their pain, does that also apply for clients?
I think it applies to everything. I think, like I said, the danger of anyone, you can over talk and you just don't need to talk at the start. I think it's almost like a counselling session with anyone. You need to understand the experiences they've had, the journey they've gone on. And once you understand someone, you understand what they're all about, and you understand where they're at and how they're feeling. It's the softer skills, really. It's the listening, and it's the just being there, I think. And once you get that sort of understanding of someone and what they're all about, then we can start talking about solutions and how we're going to fix it and how we're going to support that, you know, what they need to happen. But you just can't do it until you get to that point.
There are lots of cool things happening in your company every day. As a leader, it's hard to keep track of the great things that happen, and remote work doesn't make it easier. Capturing and using this information, that we call value-telling content, is important, as it is needed to make a compelling bid, a sales pitch, deliver a performance review, and so much more. Blu-J can help supercharge your persuasive power by creating content that converts. Our platform works like a logbook that records the important stuff. Our powerful search makes it quick and easy to find what you need. Win more decisions with Blu-J. Book a call on our website and get a guided tour of what we do.